It's the vlogging Colonel. This is the Colonel's vlog. Welcome, everyone. It's the Colonel coming to you from the back porch treehouse today. It's looking very overcast and like rain. It's going to be here soon. Wind's kicking up. I think I'll stay here and do a whiskey and tobacco. Call it a review, I guess, but an enjoyment. Enjoy some whiskey and tobacco. We're doing this one today. Let me get it out of the wrapper. This is a Carrillo La Historia. I love EP Carrillo products. They are among my very favorites. Not my only favorites, but I always enjoy. I love the Encore flavor. I've had La Historia before. I don't know if I've had it in this size. This is I think just like that, the plastic I had it in blew away. No, it didn't. It just didn't have anything on it. Don't know much about the stick. Can look it up though. Remove the top blue band, which I guess would be the very bottom band at the foot. Look it up real quick. See what we can find out. The Historia Cigar. It is a Mexican wrapper with Dominican filler. It's made in the Dominican Republic. So the wrapper's Mexican. The binder is Ecuador. The filler is Nicaraguan and Dominican. So it is quite a few different things all packed into one there. Well, yeah. And with it, I've got a little bit of this Heaven and Heel bottled in bond, which I'm going to finish this bottle off. I've had it on the shelf for a long time. I sip on it from time to time. Not one of my favorites, but it's a good bourbon. I mean, it is what it is. Let's pour us a tiny little sip. Got my Raven glass today, my Nevermore. Just a tiny little sip, just so you can get a little taste of what the flavor is on it. Sippy poo, sipperoo. I'll try it before I smoke the cigar. It's good whiskey. It's smooth. It's definitely smoother than the Castle and Key we had the other day. See that there? We were doing this the other day, Castle and Key. Not so smooth, but gets better the more you're smoking with it. Let's get this stick going here. Let's get into it. There's no reason to keep waiting. I have a lighter out here. I share my smoking space with others, so I never really know what's going to be around when I'm needing it. I don't see one right now. Don't see a lighter. Ah. Let's see what. Okay, okay. Got a Zippo, but last time I tried to use it, she was seeming like she was kind of at the end of her rope. Let's see. Still got a flame right now. Shake it up real good. Well, I've been over it before. This is my V cutter here. Just kind of went missing for a couple of days. We went to a cabin last week and it got thrown in with the luggage. I thought it was lost. Listen to that. All right. Yeah, I'll go over. I don't think I've ever gone over properly lighting a cigar. Maybe I have. I know you take your time and all that stuff. It's always good advice. But hey, as far as a V cutter, you just drop it right in there. It's got that shape to it. You probably can't see it, but it kind of does all the work for you. It's a nice, quick. Give it a few self-sharpen. Get a little. Can't see it because of the autofocus. That's fine. Whatever. You know what it looks like. So there are varying philosophies when it comes to the proper way to light a cigar. Some people use torches. Some people use the cigar lighters. The kind of like pipe lighters, but they're just a yellow flame. Some people use Zippos. The unpopular version. I've gone over that before. People say it taints the flavor. I was going to use just a big lighter, but you start just getting it. Just want to get it all lit up. Slowly get the heat on it. Now that fire is going away. The fire is going away. Stand by. Let me get a lighter. So today I have a torch. That's just what I found laying around. So we'll do it the torch way. This is just a single jet. Not a whole lot of difference between lighting with a torch and a butane or whatever, or just regular lighter. But you start just kind of off on an angle. You don't want the flame all up on it. Just kind of want it to be close enough that you see that light taking hold on the tobacco. And what you're doing is you're just kind of gradually warming it up, getting it going. Now again, people will disagree on this. Well, you just put it in your mouth and light it right up, and you absolutely can. And to be honest with you, that can work just as well. For the aficionados and stuff out there, they say, you can kind of char that first flavor, first poof, if you will. Once you get it pretty good and toasted, that's when I'll typically add a little bit more fire to it if I can. It'll go. You can get a couple of poofs on it. And blow on it. When you blow, you're looking for it to be orange all the way through, like the sun. Any big black spots or corners that are black, just toast it up a little more. But when you start smoking it, you want all that to be a big orange cherry in there. All right, on the light up, this one's got definitely some spice, like some black pepper spice on the retrohale. Get my auto track back on. kind of a nice kind of toasted bread. Little bit of leather. Some kind of sweet berry. So like berries and leather, toasted bread with a pretty significant spice, black pepper, and retrohale. This tastes good though. I mean, it's good. It's very flavorful right off the first light up. It's really nice. It's got a kind of a charred wood. Burns off to a little bit of a rough start. I might not have hit that one side too well. Quite well enough. You do, you just get her going. Something. That's all you gotta do. The better off you start, the better off you finish. It's nice. It's bolder. It's a drier. Um, it's got kind of an espresso note as well now. It's a bodied cigar. Like this one's definitely. It's not as sweet and it's. I'm not gonna say harsh. It's just very robust. Have a sip of this Heaven's Hill. It's good. That's good. I'm telling you guys. Cigars just make bourbon better. That's all there is to it. Don't know why, what it is about it, but it absolutely does. Still about the same. So I'll chief on it a while. And I think I'll pause and chief on it for a while. See if I start getting something as we get down through this first third. See how she blows. So I'm not getting very far at all into it, and as you can see, this ash is already splitting off. Now I will say, having smoked a number of these, just can't get you. There you go. See that splitting off there? Now that is a structural problem, but it could have been damage in transit and storage. Could just be my janky lighting that time, although I lit it pretty well. But having smoked lots of these, that's actually very rare. It's uncommon that I've had any sort of trouble with the ash. So you see it's a rich white ash, very nutrient dense tobacco. But I mean, I love this guy's stuff. Just wanted to point that out though, because we were hardly into it, and it's, I mean, that's going to split off and fall off here shortly at some point. So no long ash competition on this particular stick. But I like E.P. Carrillo in general. That's Ernest Perez Carrillo, I believe. He was the guy that founded La Gloria Cubana in Little Havana. And he's been in charge. He's done so many blends over the years. This is one of his more award-winning brands. I think this is like #2 in Cigar Aficionado. My favorite, the Encore, that was also a #1 or #2, I believe, in Cigar Aficionado. He's been up there a lot. I kind of take all the Cigar Aficionado stuff with a grain of salt. Other than, I mean, if it's the #1 or #2, it is a good stick. They don't make crappy sticks, #1 and #2. But the flavor's settling in. Now it's, I mean, it's still got a lot of spice on the retrohale. It's got a lot of, you got to call it black pepper. It's a darker kind of pepper spice on it. Um, Definitely more of kind of like the, kind of a raisiny, kind of like raisin toast. I didn't pick up raisin at first, just kind of toast. And now it's got that kind of, I called it berry before, but right now it has a raisin note, kind of an espresso coffee. Uh, and still like a really nice deep woody. If it's, I'd say this is more on the cedar end of the wood. It's not like a hickory or any of that stuff. It's definitely like the spicier cedar wood. Some leather in there, but very much flavors that are all kind of stand apart from each other. It's a really good stick so far. The 3 I think I've done on the channel, just right out of the gate, this is the superior of the 3 that I've done. Now you got Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper. That's where probably a lot of that spice is coming from. Where's that that's San Andreas? San Andreas Sumatra. Because it's Mexico, right? The Ecuadorian filler. I don't know where I'm getting the flavors from. I know with the Nicaraguan, which is my favorite, tobacco in general, I love puros, is where you get a lot of the that really robust, like what I call the barnyard flavor, but it's spicy, so like spice to it, and it can be quite complex depending on what cigar you're smoking. I've had all sorts of different flavor profiles and Nicaraguan fillers, but this one's less of the barnyard, more of a coffee, chocolatey, with the chocolate kind of actually coming on right now. It's definitely gotten chocolatier. Now the burn is, and there's a second split that's formed. See that second split down the side? So there's 2 splits now. So the construction on this is struggling. In fact, I need to go ahead and nash that. I mean, that's pretty grim. Of course, does nothing to affect the flavor profile. Go ahead and dust that off. But see, the burn is still pretty uneven. Try to correct that again. Just kind of go around on the side that's too high up. Just kind of bring it down a little bit. Well, that's not a bad run or anything. I mean, that's perfectly acceptable. Guess it's just my OCD or something. But yeah, we're getting down to the first third here. Now it's more leathery, chocolatey. The spice has come down a little bit, but it's still very present. It's more of a kind of a lighter pepper now. When I first lit it, it was black pepper, spicy black pepper. Now it's almost a white peppery profile, to be honest. If I keep peppering myself, I'll end up sneezing. But I like it. I mean, it's good. I like the chocolatey leather. Those are always welcomed. I would say my ideal profile is the barnyard, the musky barnyard with some chocolate, coffee, leather notes is what I'm always looking for in like the perfect cigar for me, for my profile. The raisin note is still quite present. It's just kind of a sweetness, that molasses, almost like a black molasses kind of. As it sits on your tongue, it kind of mellows into. It's almost like a sweet, toasty cedar as it just sits in your mouth. Bourbon got even better. Getting down to the bottom band here. Go ahead and you can see this one's already got movement to it, which is good. See how loose that is? That's the more premium cigars typically do a better job on the banding. I could have ripped both of these off before I even lit it without worrying about peeling off any of the wrapper under there. It's really a bigger problem with your Connecticut's flakier leaves. Yeah, that just came right off. And that one slides right up and down. This has got a little bit of age on it, not much. Probably a few months since I've had it. And this one's been in the humidor. It's just got. I think this one's just about right. Moving into that middle third, and it's just cruising right now. It's good. It's complex. I mean, it does have complexity. Like if you enjoy tasting notes, This is one to try. Yeah, leathery, chocolatey, cedar. It's becoming more cedar wood, but a nice, thick bodied filler. I mean, it's just got it's a it's a full chew, if you will. Good tobacco. Definitely solid medium in terms of the intensity of it, the flavor. Medium plus, I would say. In fact, on light up it was medium to bold, but it's mellowed out significantly. It's still medium plus. It's not a beginner cigar. Yeah, I'll smoke it down a little more. Let you know when something changes. Still chugging on along here. Well into the middle third. The burn and ash quality has improved since I've kind of cleaned it up a little bit, stubbed it out or rounded out the ashes on it. Since then, it's been burning all right. I mean, it's not the prettiest ash, but the flavor profile is continuing to evolve pretty quickly too. That's just that kind of complex blend of tobaccos they have in here. The spice has mellowed out a little more. Still a spicy cigar. That kind of drier tannin kind of note that had at the beginning has really mellowed out, and it's become a lot more really settled into this kind of the cedar and the wood. The raisins are still present. The finish, especially, like if you just let it finish on your tongue, it's definitely got like a almost a kind of cinnamon raisin with dark chocolate, which is very nice. Very nice. And I'm finding that like every 3 or 4 puffs, I'll get like a I'll get a sudden kind of burst of something. It might be the cedar, it might be the leather, it might be the chocolate. There's some coffee in there, and it's kind of constantly giving me different profiles. So again, like if you enjoy tasting notes in tobacco or in bourbon, whatever it is, and you want to try a cigar and you just enjoy tasting notes, this is a really good one because it is. I mean, I've probably been through a dozen different flavors already, different combinations of the same flavors, but it's a complex blend. I mean, you got the sweet, you got the spice, the dark and light pepper, um, the leathery, the chocolate, raisins, which started as kind of like berries, but settled more into raisins, and now kind of almost cinnamon. The toast, all of those kind of competing for each other, but not really competing, just blending really well. I mean, they kind of it's like a symphony orchestra. You hear the cello and then the whatever else, violins. Wonderful with bourbon. I have some rum. It would be really good with some rum too, like a dark rum. It's not out here. But I'll just do it with this today. Go ahead and slide this top band off. Now we're down to the bottom of the middle third. But super impressive cigar. I mean, not a beginner smoke. This is very much like a dessert cigar. This is you want to eat some steak and potatoes with a good wine, and then 30-40 minutes later you'll sit outside and light up this with a good bourbon. This one warrants a good bourbon, something that's richer. In fact, this Heaven's Hill was not the, even Old Forester. I've got Old Forester here. Old Forester's a kind of sweeter, rich bourbon, very affordable. That would be definitely good with this. I know that E.H. Taylor would smack with it too. But yeah, on that last poof, like now I'm getting a lot of espresso right now at this moment. Espresso and leather. Keeping knocking off the ash, but bird's not great on the stick. Yeah, and I think it's just the stick. Carrillos are known for really great construction. In fact, when I first took this out, you might could see it on the camera when I took it out when I opened it. The end was kind of a little bit flared. I might have set it down when I was getting ready and kind of smushed the end of it. I'm not sure. It could have been my error that caused this burn issue. But the construction is amazing. I mean, look at that San Andreas Sumatra wrapper on there. Beautiful, oily, dark, veiny. And where the cigar is burning in the ash, there's no curling or anything like that going on. It's very spongy. Definitely pulling out the chocolate now. I'm getting into close to the final third here. And it's pulling out more of that chocolate. A rich, cedary chocolate. The spices knocked down another notch. Still very present, but the spice I do detect on the retro hell is basically kind of a white spice now. A white pepper. The raisins, not so much currently at this moment. Not really tasting any of that raisin. It's really strong on the leather and chocolate right now. Heaven's Hill is good with it, though. I mean, it is good. The cigar is so strong. Heaven's Hill is not like a super dense, flavorful bourbon to me. I mean, it's also almost become quite thin in contrast to this cigar. You almost would want to go with a more robust bourbon. But yeah, I think Old Forester would hit the spot with this and bring out more of the bourbon when you drink the bourbon, because this is almost canceled out, which is, for me, it's very pleasant. Again, I do use a little ice, so it's diluted. But it's a great after dinner cigar. I mean, it's just like it's for. I wish I had eaten a big meal. Now I'm getting more of the toast. The leather, the bitterness is backing off into more of this kind of like a sweeter toast. Some spices in there. I wouldn't call it nutmeg. Maybe it's still kind of a cinnamon note. Cedar's still very present. I mean, what I need to start doing, I need to come up with my own rating system, don't I? Since I'm going to be doing more of these. I like doing these. I enjoy exploring and all that. Vlogging, history, true crime, all those things. But again, usually I smoke cigars not in like the review mindset. I'm just enjoying them and I'm doing something else, or drinking or talking or watching YouTube videos, or sometimes I go down Wikipedia rabbit holes. That's one of my things. I'll go to a Wikipedia page. I want that's something interesting, and then I'll end up following all the different links in the article to all the different other things. And but I do enjoy tasting. I should do more of these. I think for myself. If not, if you don't enjoy it, I do. Now it's very coffee. It's very espresso forward. It's like Bustelo. If you've ever had Bustelo espresso coffee, it's kind of what it reminds me. Cafe Bustelo. That's another thing that would be really good with this stick. I don't think I've ever drank coffee with it, but a good espresso with this, I think that would be good too. I do drink coffee sometimes with the EP Carrillo Encores. He's just a master. Perez. Ernesto, I think. Ernie. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a cigar of his I just didn't like. He's a master. The rain's coming. You hear it? Right on time. I'm glad I stuck. I almost left. I had a location I was going to. And looked up and I was like, I don't know. It's been kind of overcast all day, but I made the right decision to stay here and drink bourbon and smoke cigars with you guys. Still very coffee forward, very espresso forward. Leather notes. The cedar is more on the back end. almost none of the barnyard musks that I like, but I'm more than happy to forego that for all of the other complexities because it has a lot of things I like. I like the chocolate, I like leather, I like cedar, I like the raisin toast. Good after dessert cigar too. I'm just curious though. I'll finish this real quick. This is just a little sippy poo, you know. I'm gonna dump a little bit of this Old Forester just because I'm curious. Just curious. To me, Old Forester is a very flavorful bourbon. It's got a lot of sweetness, kind of fruity notes to it, and I feel like that's going to bring out something special. Nice dark caramel bourbon. Let that mellow for a minute. The spice is tapered off now. The pepper. It's pretty medium now. I'm not detecting much pepper at all. It's still subtle. It's subtly there. But now the toast is the toast is coming back. Cinnamon sort of raisin. Still very espresso forward. And the finish on it's thick. I like to kind of chew my smoke. I'm not really doing it right now. I'm Cameron, I'm talking and all that, but take a take a nice draw on. Kind of like the Kentucky Chew with bourbon, but with smoke. And that really like brings out some of those other notes when you just kind of chew it a little bit, let it move around your palate. Oh, I just got a wonderful hit. That was like a shot of coffee right there. I mean, I give this a 7 or 8 when it comes to complexity. It really activates kind of all of the flavors, sweetness, bitterness, and everything in between. Kind of surprised though the Old Forester didn't quite have the effect that I thought it would. I think I preferred the Heaven's Hill with this stick. That was really kind of bringing out a lot of the flavors of that whiskey. This one, usually the whiskey's pretty flavorful. Old Forester. It's kind of doling it out. Might be because they're very similar. Instead of contrasting each other, they're both kind of a fruity, caramel, toasty, raisiny flavor profile. And it might just be that I'm kind of canceling them out with that Old Forester. Burn has improved. The ash is a little jagged. Still burning nice and cool though. Getting more raisin now. That one almost I could taste in the finish. I can taste almost like a. It literally tasted like some sun-made raisins. Spices kind of bumped a little bit higher. Not much. The cedar has backed way off and really yielded to the chocolatey coffee. Coffee is very coffee forward espresso with that raisin sweetness. I mean, I'm down to pretty much the end here. Wouldn't expect anything more. It'll start getting bitter now. But I highly recommend the La Historia. It's the history. E.P. Carrillo. Try out any of his cigars. And I recommend Encore. It's one of my favorite blends by him. But he's got all sorts of blends out there. I've never had one that was bad. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the finish of it. Go out and get you a stick. If you enjoy cigars already, you won't regret that one. If you enjoy mid to mid plus, I wouldn't ever say that got super bold. At first, it was bold. Right there when I on light up, it was pretty intense. But then it mellowed into itself, and I mean, just like every 2 or 3 draws on this, I was getting a different note, a different blend of notes. I don't know what I'd give it. I'm going to come up with a rating system. If any of you guys have an idea of how I should do that, let me know. But if I'm going to be reviewing a bunch of cigars, I should come up with some sort of number system, right? Just to make it more fun, entertaining. But right off, I mean, not having a system in place, I would definitely give this. It's a solid 8 for sure. Well, folks, I love you guys. I appreciate you joining me on my vlogs, whether we're traveling or smoking and drinking. Thank you for your likes and subscribes. I appreciate that. Please continue to, if you haven't liked or subscribed, please do. Hit the notification bell or whatever it is that you do. I'm over 100 subscribers now. I'm not doing any sort of boosting, no sort of money. I'm not paying to play with this. I pay for my gas and to go around and create the content. I'm not paying for any sort of promotions. So I'm relying on you guys organically to, kind of boost me if you enjoy my content. If you don't. It's good. Love you guys. This is the Colonel. And this vlog going into the ashtray.